to Bakram Murtsalayev. What was going on during that fight week and during the fight itself was that his father, Kostya, was there. And his father, 60% t-shirt, when he said he was only going to be 60% because Conor's making him squeeze down to 157. Like, that's how Chris Eubank Jr. gets into your head. And I think he's all up inside the head of Conor Benn. I think Conor's going to have a great career. No matter what happens in this fight, I think he's going to have a good career. I think we can get back down to 147. I think he'd become a world champion. But I think this fight is all wrong for him, Sergio. In fact, I think Chris Eubank is going to catch him. I think in the second half of the fight, Chris Eubank is going to catch him and he's going to win by knockout.
Eubank has been the bigger fighter since the beginning of his career, 160 pounder. He's been a 168 pounder since 2017. He's fought nothing but champions at 168, from George Groves to Arthur Abraham, who was a big puncher, by the way. James DeGale. These are solid world champions at 168.
Billy Joe Saunders.
Well, he's a 160 pounder.
Still, but a big guy and a former world champion.
I'm talking about super middleweights here. Whenever you're dealing with that type of power at 168, a guy that's coming up from 147 is not going to harm you. I don't care how muscular he looks, how strong and determined, how angry he is, how much he brings to the table. Conor Benn is a much smaller fighter, and that's exactly what Eubank Sr. is touching on. The fact that, Junior's picking on a much smaller fighter. Their last name is making this fight good. The promotion is making this fight great. And the nostalgia that the old generation of fans want to see the young guys do this. And then, of course, they have the young generation that have been following them. There's a lot of things going on, but I love the mind games. And the fact that Chris Eubank Jr. has mastered that. He's a classy pro, a classy troll. He's a professional at it. He knows how to use the right words, the right tone, where he's putting you down. Like you said, he's making him seem like he's below them. I would hate it. It would get to my skin if someone and he's a big dude, he's a tall, muscular guy, handsome, and then all of a sudden he comes with that British accent.
Would you stop trying to do...
Man, that is so demeaning.
You sound like Mr. Belvedere.
Well, I'm just trying.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Right.
But it would make me more angry coming from that accent, and it just seems like it's very king-like, and he's making me out to be like a peasant or a servant. But I love the fact that he's bringing that old bull mentality, because that's what he's going to need. He has the better experience, the championship experience over Conor Benn. He's the better outside fighter than Conor Benn, and I would think he's a bigger puncher as well. So he has all three of those coming to the table, and that's the reason I think I'm with you. Eubank is going to be a little bit too much. Still going to be a great fight. It's gonna sell. I'm gonna be watching, but I think Eubank Jr. is gonna have his number.
The other thing about Conor Benn is that we have yet to see him in with a puncher. I wouldn't describe Eubank as a pure puncher, but he does have power. We saw it against Liam Smith. We saw it against Camille Zarameta. Like, he can crack. And at that weight, his natural weight, he's gonna have more power than Conor Benn. Conor, up until this point, because he was a prospect and one without a deep amateur background, he was match made pretty carefully. If you look at some of the guys he fought